It's the Ron and Fez Show. Live on a Thursday on 106.7 WJFK. Your chance to win tickets to see Sammy Hagar in concert with Leonard Skinner. They're going to be together at the Nissan Pavilion Tuesday, July 29th.
Fezzy, you know who you and I are going to be hanging out with soon?
Who's that?
Baby Sarah, our first baby.
No way. The original baby of the Ron and Fez Show.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, she's home from college for a little while.
Washington State, right? Or was it University of Washington?
One of those Washingtons.
I know she's out there.
She went from Washington to Washington. She's doing very well.
She's coast to coast.
I don't know which is which. Is she a husky?
She's pretty fit.
What's the other one? You were doing a little joke at my expense. What's the other? What's the University of Washington?
The University of Washington is the Huskies, right?
Yeah.
And Washington State, I have no idea. Wow, I always know this.
Yeah, I don't know which one she's at. But anyway, you're going to buy us all lunch one day, which is perfect.
I am?
Yeah, we thought it would be fun.
We'll go somewhere for chicken.
No. Steaks. We're going to the Palm. Fezzy's treating us to the Palm.
She hates meat, especially chicken. She worries. Remember, she was so upset at the way the chickens were getting killed for food.
Is she a vegan now?
I think she was just getting into veganism.
The only way I eat meat if there's bread wrapped around it, so I think that makes it better. Look,
because that's a grain.
Look who finally showed up, Harry Elvis.
Sorry, guys.
You know, baby Sarah would be perfect for you, and you're not good enough for her. But you know why you're not going to meet her? Why? Because you showed up so late tonight.
I'm really sorry. I was just held up.
You're an hour late. Really? You got mugged?
No, it was just some legal matters that had to be taken care of.
Legal matters?
What happened?
Well, we were selling a house, and there were some issues with the house.
Who's your Turkish father suing now?
Well, the neighbors, but that was one thing we had to go through today because they're going over our property line. They're building over that, so I had to be there for that. And then the other house we were getting rid of was, pretty smooth sailing, but there were some issues about, boilers, tax. And I had to sign because my name was on, the lease.
Why is your name on the lease?
Because he could only
I know. What scam is your dad running?
It's not a scam. It's just that they buy houses and fix them up, and you can only get so many at one time.
Then that's a scam. If he's only supposed to own so many houses at a time and have them under remodeling, and to sign one over to you just so he can have more, yes, that's a scam. That's a grift.
But, I mean, it's just one of those things where I was helping out. It wasn't like I wasn't involved with it.
All right, let me ask you this. Cameron Diaz, hot or not?
I think she's hot.
Thank you. You stay in here and judge this contest.
What?
You're in my good graces now.
Before we go to the contest, we do have to throw it to El Jefe. El Jefe, there's a flash flood warning. What's going on, buddy?
Yes, guys, there's a flash flood warning. National Weather Service has issued a flash flood warning for Montgomery County effective until 11:20 p.m., so do be careful driving around the city.
I hope it hits one of Harry's houses.
Why would you say that when you know...
One of his many illegal houses.
How many do you immigrants own?
Now we're down to 3, one of which we actually live in.
And they're all on Baltic Avenue. They're little green houses on Baltic. You know what? 2 more houses and you can end up getting a hotel, Big Red Hotel.
And then if someone lands there, woo, you're in the money.
I loved when you turned on Fez and went on my side, though. That was the best.
Oh, what's new?
That's true.
It's just that Cameron Diaz is hot.
She's hideous. Look at that face.
She's beautiful. She's got a gorgeous body. She's very...
The body I agreed on. It's the face I got a lot of problems with.
You know what? If I agree on the body, I got no problems with the face. That's the carte blanche you get with me. And you know what? Because of this, I'm eating an extra steak when you take me and baby Sarah out.
I am not paying for that lunch.
Let's make it an early dinner.
No.
Because I know they're more expensive and you get larger portions.
She'll want to bring Dumpy.
What year is this? No, she's not bringing Dumpy.
Good.
All right, so what kind of contest are we going to do, Fez?
Well, Ronnie, we were talking about this earlier today. The 6-year-old girl in Naples, Florida, poor thing, she had her lemonade stand shut down. A neighbor called the cops because she didn't have a permit, and the cops actually had to come in and, just like on TV, I'm sorry, law's the law, and shut down the lemonade stand.
Good.
And yet you want Harry's Armenian grift father to run his business.
All I want to do is, whenever I see someone in trouble tonight because I'm in such a bad mood, I'm going to be good. I hope she cries her way all the way back into the house. I hope she goes running and screaming. You know why? Train her for adulthood. This is what it's like when you try to run a business when you're an adult. All the people that you love the most and you cherish the most, they turn on you. Except for my Harry. The late Harry Elvis.
Because Cameron Diaz is hot.
Don't keep it up. Don't keep it up. You're already in the room.
There's something about him, though.
You're already in the room. Something about him?
Yeah, there's something about the way he just snaps.
Something about Harry. Wasn't that a Cameron Diaz movie?
You know what you ought to do is take real movies that we have over here and then just go back and reshoot them in Armenian language and act like you thought of them. You'd be a star over there, Harry.
Turn one of those houses into the Armenian theater. The Armenian draft and theater house.
Not many of the theaters stay up after the earthquakes, though. That's the only problem.
Well, don't make it seem like earthquakes is supposed to be a punchline, Harry. Please. Work with me and Fez tonight. All right?
All right.
So we're giving out tickets to see Leonard Skinner and Sammy Hagar together at the Nissan Pavilion on July 29th. Talking about the girlfriend who got a lemonade stand shut down. What was one of those ways you tried to earn money as a kid? What was the way? You're too little to get a job, so how did you try to earn money with your little rascals kid businesses?
All right, here's a really weird one that I was doing with my brother. Somebody, I forget who it was, went somewhere where they got a lot of fireworks. And then we went out selling, like, firecrackers and stuff a piece at a time, right? M80s, we had firecrackers. And you could hear it going off all over the neighborhood, and we were making cash. We were like the fat cash daddios, we were calling ourselves.
Nice.
We were so excited. Then this kid in our neighborhood, he sticks a firecracker in a fish's gill to blow it up, right? Real funny. So he shoves it in the fish. I guess he had just caught a fish. He lights it. The fish, just at the wrong moment, flops up in the air. The M80 blows up in his face.
Oh!
And he loses an eyeball.
No way.
So then, now it's like, what animal sold firecrackers to them? That my dad says, comes back, and he doesn't even know we're doing it.
Right.
He opens up the drawers, dissolve our cash. We were just throwing cash in the drawers. It was like being drug dealers. It was like New Jack City. And I remember yelling, how am I no one ever told him to stick it in a fish's gill. Was my last words. Ping, pow, boom. And then my dad tries to take the cash back.
Oh.
And I'm holding onto his leg yelling, that's ours. That's ours.
I remember one time, me and my brothers, we tried to sell rabbits. My dad used to raise rabbits, and so we always had cages upon cages of baby bunnies out in the backyard.
Now, were they to eat or to be pets?
I guess they were to be pets.
Because I've saw rabbit places in your neighborhood, and it'll say fryers. And people down south, they'll eat a rabbit.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, my dad's eaten rabbit, but I don't remember ever eating one of these things.
When I think back on my life, and I think of that little sad boy just trying to get his money back from when the guy blew his eyeball out, I just want to hug that kid and say, don't worry, you're a good person. You provided a service
that people wanted.
The thing I tried to do was, my father was working with video equipment, and I thought that I could sell...
Armenian porn?
No. He did, like, weddings and things like that, and I thought I could make money by dubbing videotapes, like, from the video store, and then selling those to kids.
That's a good one.
Yeah, like the guys you see downtown that are sending up selling the movies the day they come out. They're all selling the Hulk on Friday afternoon.
12 o'clock matinee, 2 o'clock on the sidewalk for sale. Did you make any money at that?
Very little, and then people were like, we could just go rent them ourselves. Like, it wasn't worth, the quality was so bad that it wasn't worth.
That's the problem. Same thing with the rabbits. We didn't have permission to sell them, and kids didn't have permission to buy them, so all the rabbits got returned, and so did the money.
Yeah, I'd freak out if my kids suddenly brought home a rabbit and act like this is our pet. Because a rabbit ain't going to do anything for you.
And there's no place to put it. It's not even like a cat or a dog that you can just put in the backyard or put in the house.
I can only think of one thing to do with a rabbit. I'd shove a firecracker into it and sit back and enjoy itself. But I'm going to say this to you kids. If you ever think for a second you're going to put a firecracker into a fish, remember, take a step back, because that fish could flop into your eye.
And that's some good advice from Ron and Fez. 866-277-4969. Tickets to see Sammy Hagar and Leonard Skinner together at the Nissan Pavilion. Harry Elvis is going to be the judge. We want to hear about the ways you tried to earn money as a kid.
Here is Lori. Lori, you're on Fez.
Hey, Lori.
Hey, guys.
Hey, babe.
Hey, Harry.
Hey, Lori.
Playing up to the judge.
Smart.
Playing to the judge. Well, when I was a kid, my dad was a blacksmith, and he... When you get out of the truck, and for a couple of bucks, I would hold the horses for the people so they wouldn't have to stand around.
Now, did you grow up in the 1800s, or where would something like this happen?
No, people would have horses and need to get shoes put on them.
Is this Laura Ingalls?
Now, let me ask the truth. Is
And I
there
have a-
still horses to this day?
Oh, yeah. There's still
Are there
horses
horses?
around.
In 2003?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, it's a big business. My brother still does it for a living.
I can't imagine.
And I
Now
had to
we have
carry
cars. Why would we have
I had
a
to
horse?
carry this stick that had long pieces of a horsetail tied to it and chase the flies off the horses so they would stand still, because when a fly lands on them, they'll jump around. So I chased flies.
All right, Harry Elvis. She chased flies and held horses while they tried on shoes.
She's in first place.
She's in first.
You like that one?
I don't know too much about it, so I don't think it's that,
No horses in Armenia?
First place. You should be happy for her. No one's going to beat her. She chased horses and she put shoes on flies. Susan, you're on Fez.
You guys, I am so going to lose this contest. I had no idea I had to be an interesting person.
No, be interesting.
Oh, gosh. The only thing I ever did is babysit, because I could never extort money from, like, grandparents or parents or friends.
I could.
Even neighbors, I would be just embarrassed to sell anything. I hated selling Girl Scout cookies. So the only thing I ever did, which was legitimate, was babysit.
We had a kid across the street, and the kid's name was actually Joey Bishop. And he was a little...
What's the real Joey Bishop? You're so old.
It was not the real Joey Bishop. And this kid was so dumb. He would give you $1 or, 50 cents for anything. You could sell this kid anything. Of course, his big fat mom would always come banging on the door saying, give my kid his money back, because you sell them some lint.
Well, besides my allowance, the only other way that
I forgot where we are. She's a babysitter?
She's a babysitter.
She's babysitting,
Yeah.
and then I hear Joey Bishop, and I'm totally lost.
She said she could never extort money from any kids.
it would just be embarrassing and kind of...
Oh, so you could
break my
make
heart to
money
take
doing it.
when you... Wait?
Now, not too long ago, I had to go pick up the babysitter, right? And I bring her back to my house. And she goes, she's a really sweet girl, 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
And I have to drive her all back. It's about a half an hour, 45 minutes. And we're talking, And I get her in, and she goes, I let her in the door, and she goes, where's the kids at? I thought I was babysitting. And I remember I said to her, don't worry about it. Here, why don't you have a cocktail? Anyway.
And
That never happened to me.
Let me say this.
that's your adventures in babysitting.
I dropped her back off 3 days later, and I picked up a little girl, but I dropped off a woman.
And this is a good story about babysitting.
Like an amusing anecdote.
Well, the only weird thing
Is the
that
word
happened was-
anecdote?
Yeah.
Anecdote.
Yeah.
Anecdote.
that's right.
Anecdote. I say anecdote like suddenly, I've taken poison.
Quick,
and
give me the anecdote.
Quick, have Ron tell me a story. All right, what do you think of babysitter?
No, it's not creative enough, Susan. Sorry.
What about my story with the picking up a little girl and dropping off a woman? It's funny, right?
It's hilarious. You didn't make any money at it, though, but you did.
Believe me, I made more than money, my friend. More than money. Here is Hank. Hank, you're on my Fez.
Harry Elvis, if someone hands me a note, you don't need to look at
Hey,
me.
hold on for 1 second. What did the note say? Because I'm just sick with him tonight.
They've added to the store morning, so before we go to break, we need to throw it back to El Jefe.
Oh, great. El Jefe's just trying to grab as much as he can. Hank, you're on my Fez.
Yeah, as a kid, I picked up snails in my grandfather's backyard for a penny apiece.
Well, what were you doing with them? Just getting rid of them?
It sounds like you were just
Yeah, he didn't
purchasing
want
them.
to, I guess, pay for an exterminator, so I ran around picking them all up. Big, hefty bags full of them.
A penny apiece? How cheap is this guy?
I made
A
quite
snail
a bit.
should go for $0.25 minimum.
You're not going after the market right, Hank. Sorry.
How much money were you able to make? How many snails was in this yard?
Oh, hundreds. I'd probably make $5 or $6 a pop.
You'd still, after 100 though, you're still only making like $1. Like it's a lot.
You know, he didn't say he could make a lot of money. You're saying, what did you do for money? What do you think this kid made with the Kool-Aid stand? You think she's raking in dough?
Here's the thing: she only has to sell like 4 cups.
All right, here's what you're not so Hank doesn't win?
No, I'm sticking along.
Here's what you're not understand. We're not trying to say what kid made the most money.
Yeah.
We're saying what's the most interesting thing that you did as a child. The guy's grabbing snails, penny a piece.
That's a weird little job for a kid to have.
It's bizarre, but I think there's better ones out there.
You're waiting for Richie Rich to call.
Here's Bart. Bart, you're on Fez.
Hey, Bart.
Hey, guys. Love the show. Hey, Harry.
It's a great one.
Hey, Bart.
I progressed as I got older, but I first sold oregano, sort of a dealer, when I was real young, in different baggies to friends. It only lasted for a while because I ran out of oregano in my kitchen and my friend's kitchen.
Now, did you ever sell the same guy twice?
Yeah.
So he came back for more oregano.
I think if you smoke a lot of oregano, it'll actually make you feel pretty nutty.
What do you think?
No, that seems like you were like 18 at the time. We want to go a little bit younger. You know, something more innocent, not, passing off oregano.
What could be more innocent than picking snails early in the morning for a penny apiece?
I will tell you this, Harry. I liked you better before you got here. That's where you were at your strongest. And I'm going to tell you something else, Harry, I got a beef with you about. I noticed that pizza places you've been getting slices have Italian ices. And yet I don't get any word on this. I'm left in the dark.
Usually when I go, they close up the Italian ice stand. I usually go in later.
Why, when you told us, hey, guys, order a slice early, you'll be eating Italian ice with it.
I didn't know that you guys loved Italian ices. I wasn't aware. Like, if I'd known.
It's like you don't know us at all.
All right, you know what? Name me a person who doesn't like Italian ice. Name me one.
You know what? I can't. I mean, I just didn't think of it, really.
Is he ever going to be funny on the air, Fez?
I wish.
Who's your favorite comedian?
I'd probably have to say Norm Macdonald.
You don't think Norm would be able to go somewhere with that Italian ice setup?
I'm sure there's some, and I'll probably think of it on my way out.
So if you're not going to be funny, just sit there quietly.
Sorry.
He's just saying, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write down every sentence that doesn't get a laugh.
Wow, you're going to be busy tonight.
And that's not even words. I'm just going to go sentences, okay?
All right.
That's one. That counts as a full sentence. You okay with that?
Uh-huh.
So instead of trying to get the laugh, he's trying not to say sentences.
So he'd rather not talk than try to be funny.
Maybe you should start thinking about the humor, huh, Harry?
I'll try. Oh, damn it.
It's 4. Here is John. John, you're on Run of Fez.
John, go ahead.
Buddy.
All right. I got probably, I don't know. I grew up in Lebanon.
The country?
During the war. And so
when is it during the war in Lebanon? It's always during the war.
That lived in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
There are a couple of refugee kids in the family.
Hey, you know what
I used to do is I rounded them up, the 3 kids, and I had them work the street corners for me as panhandlers. And at the end of each day, I'd come around and collect my, their earnings and split them with the refugee kids 50-50. Now, there was a side going on that I had to make up a story that these refugees were Christian, because I lived in a Christian neighborhood, even though they weren't. So people would give them money, feel more sorry for them. Oh, this is a poor Christian family that lost its home in the war.
All right, what do you think, Harry?
I think he was a modern-day Magic Don Bishop Juan. I'm going to put you in the lead, John.
All right, you know what? I'm in a refugee family, and you know what I said to him?
What?
You don't have to live like a refugee.
That's good advice.
And then you know who that family was?
Who?
The Pettys.
Really?
Of Gainesville, Florida. And Tom Petty grew up to do that song.
Wow.
And now I don't get squat for it. Nothing.
And now you know the rest of the story.
We're going to throw it to El Jefe here, Fez.
El Jefe, what's going on with the storm warning and the flash flood warnings?
Okay, earlier I said that the National Weather Service issued a flash flood warning for Montgomery County effective until 11:20. That's still in effect. They have also added Fairfax County, again, a flash flood warning from the National Weather Service for Fairfax County until 10:09 p.m.
All right, so everyone be careful.
All right, thanks a lot, El Jefe. We're going to take a break. We'll come back and give out these Leonard Skinner tickets, Fez.
Leonard Skinner and Sammy Hagar together at the Nissan Pavilion Tuesday, July 29th.
We're on the Fez Show.